Mi anisha teugejin se tawiyangito gwen oesiek tapsku uegi kakanunan mi geji kakanunan gito gewinawa ninis tatagunan ken kakanunan gito the spirits tapsku owe ya achak mejin se tank Anishinaabe muin me tagogejin se tawiyangit Oin avats tuang kitinen kasakanaasimun kangan setak sinanik Anishinaabe muang metaugesin setak gesin setawiyang kito kewinawa kananis untisi osi asi the spirits kwen ka minikuang chabachang kito the spirits kawin ansakanasim siuk kan we non si minasio ke Zaagiing wat ni nawintaswin uwe ka gimini kuang chabas toang kan snabe moang ni nesta tagonanik kaganunan kita. That's why it's so important for us to understand our language of our spirit and the spirit world that was given to us, how we have to understand everything that was put on this earth. That's the only way we'll understand it. Because if we all speak in English all the time and we tell our children, our grandchildren, they won't understand. They won't know. Because all they see is a tree and a bird and the grass, the sun, the moon. They don't understand that we say it in our language, like the moon, we call a grandmother moon. Kokomis is a grandmother moon. And the stars, anangok, we call them anangok. And the sun, we call them nimishom senan, the sun. And if we tell our children that, they won't understand. We have to tell them in our language why everything is here, who created everything for us. We have to teach them in our language. It's the only way they'll understand. When I went to day school, and we spoke our language, sometimes in our class we would talk to each other in our language in class. And the teacher would hit us with a big ruler in our hands not to speak our language. She didn't want us to speak our language in school. But we didn't let go of our language. As soon as we got out of the school, we would speak our own language. And that's how, like my kids, I spoke to them in my language when they were small. When they started school, I still spoke to them that way. Then all of a sudden, they started speaking in English. And I asked them, how come all of a sudden you are speaking in English? Because my girls were telling me they're laughing at us in school. They don't want to hear us speak our language, he said. I said, that's okay, whoever laughs at you. I said, but it's more important to speak your language than people laughing at you, I said. Apajik chapiten dagon Anishinaabe muin. Anish migajimi nikuang kenin and Anishinaabe yang. Anishinaabe muang, tijigaganon yang. Kewi no das go benun siek no gom kaponet wat Anishinaabe muat. Pikuchi kwek kenda muat Anishinaabe muat. Chipok and kita disiot, meko eskoska disiot. Pikuchi Anishinaabe muat. Jinsutta muat onen nina went Anishinaabe yang. Anigajimi yang get hoy gishemanto web madiswin aningajimi to ankambe mad sininan. Ke aningeje no kitoang. Aningeje no kitoang kenake kuchiminosek Anishinaabe yang. Jen madis yang ije. Anishinaabe kiwagi maadisiot meisha. Kankiakat siok meisha Anishinaabe kaningaisip maadisiot. Mietas kenin kani wanike siye egi opendaman Anishinaabe ki umpiki iankit great grandmother and a grandmother. Miok nge bisendok egi kinamoyot aningeje maadisian. Kawin get openda simin sweat lodge or teaching lodge. Nongom kaya makakin. Kiipese kie makatuntas maisis kunikaning mie sweat lodge okay teaching lodge. Kiipese kie makatun mitas yetun sika kwekenta muat ongo penunsiak. Anishinaabe muat jinsit ta muat ogonen ikkino ikein. Maanipiokkino ikein maatas kukkina maatiigamik. Mi maanipioke kuetek ye teaching lodge. Kaisin kaatek tas kukkina maatiigamik. Mi maanipioke kuetek sun sika kentang opinunsi ogonen Anishinaabe kaisin kaatek Anishinaabe yank. Mi maatsun sika kenta muat mi maatsun se pisintä muat uenun kum tas kunina 22 Anishinaabe muang. Kewi noa sika 22 se pisintä uyankito. Maanut sika 22 Anishinaabe muat. Mie panegoi se pokusenta mang 22 Anishinaabe muang. Sekenta muat sekina mongito. Apitse sanakan sanagisiok kanwe Anishinaabe musiok. Pegotas sika kwekenta muat mie mietu keisin satta muat Anishinaabe maadisiwit.
Some You ready?
Hi, I'm England and I'm in Lone Island making harvesting wild rice.
They call it Anishinaabe one island, and it's beautifully a beautiful country.
What things do you need before rice picking harvesting? What do you need before we start?
Well, you need a canoe, and you have to have thrashing sticks. That's what you need. Then you have a paddler to take you to thrash the rice.
Freaking cold water.
Believe it or not, I came here when I was a baby in England with Mishum, my Mishum, Kokum.
But how did you guys get here?
My grandfather come by boat up the Winnipeg River.
Oh, really?
Yeah, far ways, eh?
Yeah, it's really far.
All of the heads in the boat, eh? Our people would come around here around harvesting time, which is centered around the full moon in September. That moon's called Manuma for our people. Many communities around Zaagiing and then even in Ontario, this was a hub, a meeting place for harvesters.
Old timers, they would fill the canoe twice in a day. And I mean fill it, right from the front all the way to the back to where they're sitting. And the beauty part of that is picking rice by hand. Because you're picking by hand, most of it is landing on inside the canoe. And some of it is falling into the water, and that's next year's crop, you see? They picked and planted at the same time. It was a beautiful life.
Why is traditional food better for us?
Looking back at my elders, they never had sugar diabetes. They never had heart attacks. They had their gardens, and they also ate moose, deer, rabbit. Those are natural foods. It's our way of life in traditional food. There's nothing mixed. It comes straight from Mother Earth and into the house.
It's Indian rice, wild rice. And it's very nutritious, very tasty. You can make all kinds of things with wild rice. You can use fruit in it, meat, make a casserole, stir fry. Our people used to make popcorn out of it once they harvested. Yeah, that's my favorite dessert, one of them. You add blueberries to the rice with maple syrup. Oh, that's really tasty. Very healthy for diabetics too.
That was good.
How much money they used to make that?
Lots of money. Back in those days, I'm talking the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, used to buy a car when they go home. It started to get a little bit more commercialized, meaning that people would come in here and buy our people's rice at so much per pound. In the 70s, there was an introduction of mechanical picking, airboat picking. It was a really good idea for picking rice, so you could go on this lake and pick this lake clean in days. It harvests, but it doesn't plant. I stopped as soon as I saw that and came back to hand picking.
Why was it important to the next generation about harvesting rice?
Irish is the same home. Anishinaabe Sakanda. Kanu kids, you know, where Anishinaabe Gagish to get right there, Shei.
What's important to learn, to be proud of who you are as an Anishinaabe person. And to learn all these things in life, the good things in life, like the nature, the animals, the seasons, like the rice picking season, so that when you grow up and be an old man like me, that you'll be able to teach what I just teach to you today.
It's important, Mingwan, to know this stuff. Maybe pick enough, it'll last us the winter, it'll last us till next season.
Anyone come and try some of the rice? I want you to tell me which one you like the best. Here we have white rice. And try a little bit of that. Ooh, no, brown rice. And here we have the wild rice. And try some of that.
It's delicious. Mmm. Salty. Yogurty. Goody.
And I'm showing this to you because I want you to be able to, at any point in your life, that you could come here and then that you could pick rice and know how to pick rice and know that you'd be able to feed yourself.
George Abraham, the Canadian flag, and Ron R. McDonald for bringing in the American flag. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Jimmy Wed. Hi-ta! I'd like to say welcome, Jimmy Wed. Hi-ta! I'd like to say welcome to the men's traditional dancers, men's traditional. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into the dancing arena, our lady traditional dancers. Thank you very much, ladies. Also, ladies and gentlemen, following the women's traditional, the healing dress, the jingle dress dancers. Thank you very much, jingle dress dancers. Hi-ta! Following the jingle dress dancers is our lady fancy shawl dancers. Thank you, fancy shawl. Hi-ya! Coming into the dancing ring is our youth categories. Our youth fancy shawl, jingle dress, grass dancers. Hi-ya! That's your style, people. That's your style coming in. You look so beautiful out there, lady jingle dress dancers. Right on, fight-ya! ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this beautiful grand entry. How about that? The singers and the dancers and the staff carriers. Jimmy Wedge. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go over to Red Wind for the flag song, I want to say this to the young people, why we do this. The flag song, the veteran song. We do this in honor of our veterans, both past and present. A lot of our men and women served overseas to go fight an unknown enemy. They did this for our freedom today.
Have you guys, has anybody here heard of Canada's Got Talent? Then you may recognize our next performers.
They go by the names of
Vince,
Devin,
Brandon,
and they are actually this season's current Canada's Got Talent champions. Let's give it up for Zaagiing's finest!
ready, stand by. Anytime you're ready, Parson, take it away.
Granny didn't speak a word of English, and we had to learn the Ojibwe language. And she used to tell stories at night, and one of the stories was about the star. Me ma going to say a star blanket. Me oe nang wakegi shigokis in casa. Star in the morning. It's called wakegi shigok. That's where that blanket comes from.
My name is Natasha Henderson Gray, and we are in Zaagiing First Nation making star blankets.
Perfect.
Lots of people want to learn to make the star blanket. Some people do it for gifts, special occasions, such as a birth of a child or a death of a loved one.
And they were used as in a marriage ceremony, the star blankets, to keep the couple together.
You like the colors?
There's lots of pieces to one blanket. They're tiny pieces. And that's to keep the families together.
The first thing that we do is we figure out what type of blanket, the design of the star, the colors that they want.
The 4 colors. Yellow, black, red, and white.
Those colors represent the 4 directions, but some people want to use their traditional colors that they've been given in a ceremony.
The tribe was starving. They couldn't find no game where they were located. And sometimes somebody would shoot a rabbit or a duck and share it. That's not very much. And then they saw a star in the sky in the daytime. And they followed it. It kept moving. And they kept following it till they got to a clear lake. And the game were tame. They've never seen people before. So they had lots of meat and fish. And that's where they made their village, because the star showed them. And the woman saw when the men are out hunting, they made star blankets.
Some of these ladies haven't even touched a sewing machine before. They're learning how to thread the machine. They're learning how to operate it. Sometimes the machine jams, but it's okay because we can work through it, and then they learn from it. People also learn a lot of patience doing this.
I'm trying to pivot, and it's hard to pivot.
Because there's a lot of repetitive work. It's going back from sewing to pressing to sewing, and the thing that I try to get the students to know, you press wrong one time and then you go and cut your fabric. It could throw your diamonds off, it could throw your star off.
I knew them.
By the end of it, you see the growth in a person.
Ta-da!
Oh, that looks really good. When they come out with their blanket, some of it's relief that I'm done and I did it and I can do it.
I guess I'm going to give it to my baby granddaughter. She's 2 years old and she can use it to cover up when she's watching TV. This is my first time and I love it. And I'm glad I had this opportunity to learn how to make them.
I'm making it for my daughter. She's 4 months old. And I just want her to have a star blanket because it's traditional. Yeah. I'd like to teach her one day when she gets bigger.
I always wanted to do one because they're so pretty, and you can pick so many nice colors, and it looks like it's challenging work. It's really challenging. I don't know really know that. I'd like to find out though. I don't really know that. I'd like to find out though.
Oh, that looks really good. Just seeing the people happy about their project and seeing their different designs that they come up, their imagination shown in their blankets inspires me. I love taking pictures of my students after they're done.
Yeah, I think they should learn and pass it on because it means something to us. It's been done long ago and it's still being done now.
Kishpen we manoyat mano Anishinaabe. Kishpen we nanandao goes it wenigo. Pigochi jegi chinas kange we naninga gijimini goes it. Gijemani mi nana Anishinaabe kinage go aninge winchaya miwe gajindika deg minopimadis. Good morning, everyone, and especially to the elders. This morning I acknowledge the elders have always had a very significant role in our society as Anishinaabe people. It was the elders that always reminded the people of how we should be living, how we should be behaving, and how we should walk as Anishinaabe people. Whenever prayers are done, prayers are always done to invoke the Spirit and the grandfathers to come within our presence, to be around us, to guide us, to teach us, to protect us. There was a law that our people believed in, that they practiced, and it was called Ugititibakunige, the great binding law of the Creator. And our people knew, recognized, acknowledged that everything that was created was connected to this higher power of spirit that we refer to as our great Creator. It was the Creator that created everything that we are, everything that we see, and everything that we can be is derived through the blessing of our great Creator. It is said that the first teaching that was given was the teaching of respect, which was symbolized by the buffalo. In the language I would say, Kimini goes Anishinaabe, Chikendangi Manachiti, and Gatkonangishkodebijiki. And to know respect is really to know how to give. Think of the buffalo when there were millions and millions of buffalo running across the prairies and giving of themselves so that the people could survive. Every part of that buffalo was used, the bones, the inside of the buffalo, everything was used. That's how much the buffalo, how much he respected the people, that buffalo gave every part of its being. What a beautiful way of life, to know and recognize how important that respect is. And the second teaching was the teaching of love, which was symbolized by the eagle. It has always been understood, the essence and the spirit that is within each of us carries the energy and the spirit of love. We were created through the unconditional love of the Great Spirit. Kimina Anishinaabe miwe kinamag kinamagewen miwe jainjigewen. Kinyu ugi kinamon Anishinaabe anin minekenenda go kawaya chi jawenjiget. And whenever the ceremonies are carried on, whether you're going in a sweat or in a sun dance or any of the ceremonies, that eagle comes. You go to the sacred site, you go and make your offerings, and the eagle appears. Probably the three most powerful words that can be said, I love you, I love you. In our language, they say, powerful.
Love you.
The moment that you begin to say that, something happens inside here, inside of you, in your spirit and your heart. That's powerful words to say. Love is the energy. Love is the spirit that has everything to do with life. The third teaching that the people were given that laid the foundation of having a good life was the teaching of courage. And the bear was always there to offer that spirit of courage. Eji minat Anishinaabe chikendang zongite makogi minan Anishinaabe aningewin chizongite. You got to have courage. And what is it to have courage for what? You got to have courage to do the right thing. There's many, many different ways to do the wrong thing, but only one way to do the right thing that's expressed in the heart. And it takes a lot of courage. Do you have the courage to be Anishinaabe? To really live and walk the teachings of your people? People that understand the teachings, you would take the tobacco and then you would go to the land and say, Grandfather, help me. Help me to have courage to do the right thing. And that bear comes. Spiritually, that bear will come. Will come and help you, to give you the courage to do the right thing. And the fourth teaching that we were given was the teaching of honesty that was represented by the one they call Sabe or Bigfoot. Honesty to our people meant that you learn to speak from your heart. Get out of your head. Get out of your mind. Because your mind is gonna lead you many times the opposite of what what the heart is trying to express. To be honest is to be able to be true to your word. So that Sabe was always there to offer that inspiration, you know, in being honest. How to be honest. Now that's a good one, that one. I remember growing up, and you know, the elders, whenever they agreed to something, they would shake their hand and say, yeah, it'll be done. They didn't need to write on paper on any agreement or contract. Their contract was their heart, because the truth was spoken from their heart. And the old people would always say, is that you learn to speak from the heart. The fifth teaching was the teaching of wisdom that was represented by the beaver. And to know wisdom is to know that you have a gift. So that beaver has always been there to help us to remember that if we want to build a better life, you know, we have to use the gifts that we have. Everyone was given a gift. You have a gift, you have a gift, you have a gift. But to know wisdom is once you know your gift, you use that gift to serve the people, to serve your family, and to serve your community. That's wisdom. The beaver, whenever the fire goes through, the beaver will come first. And he'll work with the water, and he's going to fix it up, and everything starts to get green. And all these other animals start to come, the ducks and you know, all these other animals, they come, and it's beautiful. But the beaver is the one that goes in first. What's he doing? He's building. And what is he using to build is those two sharp teeth that he has. Now if that beaver just lay on the shore and not using his gift of sharp teeth to cut trees, his teeth would grow long and he would die. That applies to all of us. If you don't use your gift, you're going to get sick. Everyone was given something. The sixth teaching is the teaching of humbleness that was represented by the wolf. And the wolf was there to remind us to live a humble life. And to live a humble life is to acknowledge, first of all, that there is a higher power of spirit that we, of course, as a people, refer to as the great mystery, the great creator. When you walk down the trail and that wolf is walking that same trail and is walking towards you, the first thing that wolf is going to do is going to stop and he's going to bow his head. Not because he's scared of you. He's humbled by the presence of the human being. To know humbleness is to think of your fellow human being before you think of anybody else. That you always think of your brothers and your sisters. You always think of the elders. You always think of those before you think of yourself. To know truth through the grandmother turtle, you know, who has brought the teaching of truth, is to know that we cannot live truth until we're able to live the teachings as they've been, you know, shared and expressed. Pigo kina we ashigo chigwe mi kang mi we te boywen. Ogre da she te boywen. Mi anish en satang Anishinaabe ani gagi jimini go as a chibmuset. Ske we gagi minit Anishinaabe aning kewinchi chayat mi we min of madiziven. Kina gego kimina Anishinaabe gewin aning chayat mi we min of madiziven. Ogne dashe pigo gewinchi chimekang yete boywen. Anin ogne ne manachitiven. Ogne ne jainji gewen. Ogne ne zongite. Ogne ne gagi jimini go as a Anishinaabe. Ogne ne de kanchi spend ziteya. Mikina anishe minit Anishinaabe chen satang te boywen. Te boywen chi kendang eyat mewe gemanitu. E kendang gewin eyat madizwen no commerce. Mi anishe te boy no meje kendang Anishinaabe. When we say the turtle in our language, we say mikinak. And then we say that the turtle mikanake, that turtle is leaving a trail that we are to follow. What is the turtle carrying? The turtle is carrying the teachings of respect, love, courage, honesty, wisdom and humility. That's what that grandmother is carrying. I feel, you know, that the richness of who we are as Anishinaabe people. And that richness comes in the knowledge and the understanding that we have. And when we look at the 7 teachings, that we have and hold that have evolved over thousands and thousands of years. The teachings that we are given reflect the identity of the Spirit that is in each and every one of us. You carry all those teachings inside of you. As long as you have an ounce of blood of Anishinaabe, you have the genetic memory to know those teachings. The holy spot of our people is the knowledge, the ceremony, the language, and the relationship that we have with the land. That's the holy spot of our people. What an awesome gift that the Creator gave us as Anishinaabe people.